Hi, Phyllis here, southernfrugal.com. Well, we're ready to make some, let's just call it, always tender pepper steak. That's what we'll call it, because we fix it the same way that we do the always tender cube steak, but not rolling it in any flour or anything. Anyway, what we're going to start out with is cube steak, and I'm using that just because I know it's going to be tender. And let's see, it was $5.60, and we'll probably get at least 2 meals out of this. So the first thing we're going to do is cut our steak into strips. Now I've got the skillet over here turned up to medium high. So let's just flip that out on my little cutting board here. And I'm going to cut it in strips based on the way they ran the tenderizer through it. So in this case, y'all can see it's like that. So I better push my burner, skillet off the burner a little bit till I get this cut up. All right, see the way the tenderizer things are running? So I'm gonna cut it like that. I'm gonna use kind of strips, maybe a little over 1 inch wide. And I'm going to put it all in at one time because I want to have my skillet really hot. And just brown it. And then I'm going to put my peppers and onions in. And then I'm going to put it in the oven. Now I've got my oven heating at 350 degrees. And I'll cook it probably about 45 minutes. Okay, we've got our strips all cut up. Now, any little fat I'm leaving on there because, of course, that's where you're going to get the taste. All right, so let's heat our skillet back up. Now, I do have a Crisco shortening in the skillet because I do not want it to stick. And so we're going to put it all in at one time. In strips. Oh, y'all couldn't see the skillet. Sorry. Got all involved in what I was doing. See if I can turn that up with a clean thumb there. Okay, now I'm going to get my hands sterilized, and I'm also going to put a splatter screen on it because I've got it all up on medium high. I'm going to actually turn it up to almost high. Now, it's going to stick to the skillet, but what I'm going to do when I get ready to turn it, I'll push it off the burner and let it cool just a slight little bit, and then you'll be able to flip it right over. Alright, putting that on there because I don't want that grease splatter all over my stove. Okay, we'll be back when we get my hands clean. Okay, we have got our cube steak nicely browned. I'm going to push that off the burner just a minute. And we got a lot of brown accumulated on the skillet. Let me show you. That's what you want it to look like right there. See all that brown? So now we're going to do something real simple. While I was waiting for it to brown, I cut up 1 onion, kind of a medium onion, and this is about what would be equivalent to 2 bell peppers, green bell peppers. These are some that I froze in October. Now they won't be crispy, but we're making pepper steak. So now I'm going to do something real simple. I'm going to put all that right in on top of the little steak strips. Put the onions in right on top. And I give it just a little bit of salt. And got the burner cut off. And now we're going to put this in the oven, 350 degrees, for probably about 45 minutes. And while that's happening, I'm going to be cooking some jasmine rice right here. And I'm also going to thicken a little bit of gravy in this cube steak for to make kind of a sauce to go on it. Rather than anything to do with flour, it will be to do with cornstarch. Okay, we'll be back probably in about 45 minutes and show you what all this looks like. Okay, we're already back. I forgot to put the water in it, so I'm going to put just probably about 1/4 of a cup of water in here. Make that about 1/3 of a cup of water. And that's just so it doesn't everything get dried out, but a lot of water is going to cook out of the onions and the peppers. All right, for sure, we'll be back in about, I don't know, 45 minutes. Okay, it's been exactly 45 minutes, and I've taken this out of the oven. As you can see, my peppers and onions and everything are all done. Now we're going to add a thickening to this. Now, can y'all sort of see that juice is kind of brown from the brown that was on the bottom of the pan. So, and I know that my meat is tender. So now, we're going to thicken this up using some cornstarch. And I'm just going to use a regular spoon. I'm going to use a heaping tablespoon, like that. And you mix it into cold water. And just stir it up until it gets all mixed in and there are no lumps. And then we're just going to add it. And as soon as it gets clear, then that means it's ready. Now if it gets too thick, I'll have to add a little more water. Now we're going to also add some teriyaki to the mix. Now I know I do not pronounce that right. I call it teriyaki. It's really teriyaki. So y'all, I know there's going to be some pronunciation police watching, so I'm really trying, y'all, okay? Alright, so we're going to add, I don't know, 2 or 3 tablespoons probably. That ought to be enough. At least 2 or 3 tablespoons in there, and then stir it around. Mix it up. Alright, we're going to let this come back to a boil, and it should be thick. Then we'll be right back. Okay, it's boiling now, and you can see that it's turned clear. And we've got a little bit of thickness going on there. Now, I like mine thin. If you like yours a little thicker, what you would need to do is just add a little more cornstarch to the cold water than what I added, and that would make it a little bit thicker. But this is perfect for us. Okay, I'm going to put this on the plate along with, already got the rice cooked, and I want to tell you about the side dish. This is green beans that are cooked and cooled, and no fat or anything added. Tomato, cucumber, and an avocado just cut in my Vidalia chop wizard. And then I put a little bit of vinegar in there, and a little bit of garlic powder, and a little bit of onion powder. So this will be our side dish. Okay, so, So we'll be back in just a minute, and I'll show you what this looks like on the plates. Okay, we've got our meal complete, and this is the pepper steak, which has no pepper in it because I'm allergic, and jasmine rice, and I've got another blob of rice under right there, and our little vegetable side dish. There's my plate, and there's our iced tea. I think I'm a little too close. There we go. Yeah, it was really super tender, the meat is, and it's just cube steak. That way, if you cook it in the oven like that with the peppers and onions, you know it's always going to be tender. Okay, we will see y'all next time.